Previously on Backlog Challenger,
A lot of character development and
world building.
tutorials. There's definitely tutorials in this one. Did I mention world building? Tons and tons of world building. I fought some dudes towards the end, but yeah, this one's just world building. It's good world building though. Okay, so mistakes were made. Last time I was doing a recording session, I forgot to hit record on the capture card. So even though there's live footage, there is no game footage to go with the live footage. So that original video as it was done was gone. But luckily I rotated my saves, and this game has quality of life features, i.e. the speed up and the infinite power boost. So we're just gonna kind of talk through what was originally recorded and kind of give my thoughts on everything. So yeah, when I first replayed it, it was a couple of weeks before that original session, so I kind of forgot that this was a totally different reactor. I thought I was going to the same area, so there was some initial confusion with that. After kind of being down there for a little bit, I kind of remembered, oh yeah, this is the other reactor. So not, yeah, that's me right there struggling with the speed up feature. Which is only really kind of useful in battle, like outside of battle, like if you're traversing or something, it's kind of a pain to deal with. Like only with traversal is it an issue. Yeah, so I just pretty much roll limit breaks this whole time. We're just trying to get through it. But, it's crazy. Like, outside of a couple of like times where I was kind of trying to get something going later on in the video, you could that whole 2-hour section with these adjustments, I was able to like get that whole part down to like a little over half an hour. Only stopping for like specific things. So they just put the bomb on the reactor and they're about to head on out. But I find it interesting. Well, I mean, not really so much interesting. It's just like I was expecting a different layout, but it's a company, so of course their like layout of their equipment would be similar, would be the same. Well, at least as far as like a factory type company, you know. You know, one thing that I found weird is that it says like beam gun, but it just looks like a bunch of pellets. It kind of reminds me of the spread gun from Contra, but much more condensed. It's not really so much of a beam. Now, they have another move, which is an actual legit ass beam, but I don't know if it'll show up in this one or not. But yeah, I definitely got to get better about hitting record on the capture card first before I do anything else. Yes, I finally got Mind Blow in there. Cross Slash is in there. All the stuff that I know from every piece of media other than the source material. Okay, so yeah, this part was interesting. It took me a couple of tries to do it on the original recording. I think maybe on this try was the one, yeah, because it took me like 6 or 7 tries on the original go around. Like I said, there are some things I was able to like kind of circumvent because I knew what I was doing. Oh, okay, so Shinra soldiers are coming in. It was a trap, and then this motherfucker, President Shinra, he's like, "Oh yeah, long time no see. Trader from Avalanche, you're not as good as Sephiroth. He was too brilliant." So yeah, Shinra is gonna send out this big ass mech. It's like, yeah, Airbuster, and then like whoop. Model gone. So, you fight this thing. Apparently, like, you do more damage on its back, but since I was just running like straight limit break, it didn't really matter. Okay, so it causes an explosion, clouds about to fall. Which, honestly, I don't even know how he's strong enough to handle that kind of junk. Maybe it's just the Mako infusion, which is probably what it is. So he's having a flashback. I don't know if it's Sephiroth or Zack. So here we have Aerith. You laying in the flower bed, all that junk. I know this from the fight scene in Advent Children. Yeah, the first time I did it, Aerith. Because all this time I thought it was Aerith. And I thought Aerith was like the original name. I got corrected, I don't know. So yeah, Reno shows up. The Turks. They're an arm of Shinra. Handle recruiting, espionage, all that stuff. And this part was actually kind of funny. Because I didn't think they would call him out on it because he was actually... Okay, so I don't know if this next part counts as a puzzle or not. But, yeah, if Force people who played it before, they know like you're coming up on that little barrel section. I really didn't know what I was doing. Like the timing for the barrels had to be specific. So fight, she will fight them, I guess. Run, we'll have her run. And then hold on, she'll wait there, and then you press a barrel. Oh, come out here. Yike! Now that I think about it, like, given their position, I'm not really sure who you could really hit with that. Yeah, these weird beast creatures, probably related to Red in some way. Okay, so this time I think I finally, like, get a barrel right. I got one knocked over. Okay, so now we're on the scaffolding. And, I got the triple speed on because it's really, really hard to... really hard to control it outside of battle. Like I said, it's one of those things where like it's good inside of battle, but whenever you're like traversing, like doing specific traversal, and you're on these pre-rendered backgrounds, sometimes you don't really know where the geometry is. So here you learn that the Turks are after Aerith, possibly to recruit her for soldier, probably for other undisclosed purposes, that haven't been revealed as of yet. Would not surprise me. So we go to Aerith's house. I was not expecting her to have a mother. I thought she was like the last of her race or whatever. So anyway, Aerith volunteers to take Cloud to Sector 7 to go to Tifa's bar. Oh, he's about to go to sleep. I'm guessing that's his mother. I'm telling him, to settle down and find him a nice girlfriend. A girlfriend that's older than he is. Okay, so this part, I had to redo it a couple of times. It was more of an issue this first time. I mean, the second time than it was the first, because I got on the first time like my second try. Oh, I tried to speed things up by putting a little ×3 booster on there. It kind of works, but I get caught in the same area. Yeah, because it doesn't take much. Does not take much at all. I was almost there. Finally, I get it on this try, and I'll haul ass all the way over to the exit. I was not expecting her to just kind of pop up like that. So this is the area where I first saw like all the weird creatures, like the Hellhouse. Probably the weirdest enemy I've ever seen in an RPG, like ever. It's like the concept of a mimic, but it's an entire house. Which I don't know if that is like to scale or is it just artistic interpretation. Because I mean, it's kind of small. It's barely a hut. Not even hut sized. But yeah, my first time through, I was kind of blown back at how, like, just the juxtaposition of, the sectors and, like, Midgar, because, like, the lower sectors are just so, like, run down and junky and kind of ramshackle. But up top, everything is just, like, a futuristic kind of steam cyberpunk metropolis. It's a really interesting setting. So I'm guessing the boyfriend she's talking about is Zach. probably who it is. I know a little bit about Crisis Core, but I don't know like the fine details, you know, as much as it was explained in my original video, or the first back over in chapter 1. So this time I think my first go through I just kind of went straight through it, but I didn't know that there was extra stuff you could do to have it where Don Corneo would choose you instead of Tifa. And I tried to do it. The guide I was following said like there's a materia shop somewhere, but I went inside every place and talked to everybody, and I could not find a materia shop. I found a weapon shop, a basic ass item shop, but nothing. There's like a good 5 minutes or so where I'm just kind of wandering around trying to find it so I can get the extra content. I think that might be me right there trying to look it up. So basically, you talk to the dressmaker's daughter, which I didn't even know that was a woman. It is kind of hard to tell at these angles because all of them are just fucking block people. So time to go to the bar, talk to the father. I guess regular dressmaking isn't cutting it for him, so now he needs to delve into cross-dressing. Cross-dressing make that shit interesting. And I heard stories about how weird FF7 can get. And I knew about the cross-dressing section of it because it's one of the classic moments. This is the moment I hear, one of the moments we hear people talking about, whenever they talk about early Final Fantasy VII. Oh yeah, part time when Cloud cross-dresses. But I didn't know how in depth it was, so I can definitely understand why that's a memorable part of the earlier section of Final Fantasy VII. Okay, so this is the squats minigame. The first time I did it, I won, but then the second go through I did not win. I just got the regular ass wig. There are 3 wigs. You have the regular one, you have the dyed wig, and then you have the blonde wig. If you win, the dyed one you get if you tie, and you just get a regular wig if you lose. Which you're supposed to press square-enix circle in sequence, which is, the first 2 aren't so bad, but the the circle part just throws you off. So you're about to see me get waxed because I think the final score is like 17-20. Well, I mean, it's not a waxing, but I feel like he definitely didn't make as many mistakes this time as he did the other time. Which I think I'm just gonna watch a YouTube video to see how like the full quest goes with that. Because I am curious. Yes, 20-17. It's pretty much a one-time shot. I guess if I really wanted to, I could have like saved beforehand and restarted, but this wasn't going to be a permanent like save anyway. I was gonna go through up to the point where I stopped at, and then friggin' go on and do that. Oh, this is where the change happens. Which honestly, that dress is a nice look for her. I like how she has like her hair kind of flowing in the back. So I'm just gonna skip ahead on this, because this is me just wandering around trying to figure out the extra part, and I just gave up because I want to continue. So okay, so you go to Don Corneo's mansion. And it's like there's a creepy ass sex dungeon at the bottom of his mansion. Totally. I wasn't expecting BDSM in this game. I'm gonna be super real with you. I mean, it might not be BDSM, but I see like forceps. I see a whip. I don't know, man. Like, it took a really creepy turn. This is where they line up. This little beauty. They come near you, and I think you gotta talk to them all at least once before you can talk to the dude in the back. Okay, so talking. He takes off the suit and he fights guys that look nothing like the people that's in there. Nothing to really see there, so I'm gonna skip ahead. Okay. Tifa pushes the other guy down the steps. Not Tifa. Aerith. So then you bust in on Don Corneo. He does his stupid pelvic thrust shit, and then all three of them threaten to like rip off his dick. That part's kind of funny. And then you choose three choices, and then you get dropped on the floor. And you run into Shinra. You gotta not run into Shinra, then you cut over to the Shinra Corporation. You got this dude named Heidegger, and then you got Reeve. Heidegger's an ass. He was behind Don Corneo. Reeve seems to be conflicted, and then Shinra's got a plan to destroy Sector 7 by breaking the supports and having everything collapse. And he's gonna blame it on Avalanche, and then he's gonna have Shinra come in and clean up and look like the good guys. He is a dick. So this boss fight came completely out of nowhere. I don't know what the fuck that thing is. And also I turned off the random battles to kind of speed things along. And that part kind of tripped me up because I didn't know how to get out. And then this is where I stopped off at. Hopefully this junk doesn't happen again, and next chapter will be back to normal.